Home to more than a sixth of the globe's people, the largest democracy in the world, with 54% of its billion-plus population less than 25 years of age, dynamic people and corporations that can work with and compete against the best in the world. Allow us to take you on a whistle-stop tour of today's India, where the opportunities are truly unlimited. New Delhi, the political capital of the nation, the policy-making nerve center of India. Roughly 2,000 kilometers to the south is the city that most of the world knows India by, Bangalore. Dubbed the country's Silicon Valley, Bangalore is home to global information technology giants and the biggest names in international business process outsourcing. 30,000 educated English-speaking youngsters join the workforce every year. Exports account for $17 billion today. By 2008, IT and IT-enabled service businesses are expected to cross $53 billion.
The productivity and quality which you get from India, the skills you get in India, and very importantly, the scalability of the skills. The fact that you can get any area you want, any expertise you want, not just a dozen or 2 dozen, but you can get 100 or 1,000 people depending on what you do. So this talent at the scale we have at a good price is, I think, the value for money, which attracts a lot of people here and which we've seen as success in terms of not just attracting people, but those who are here growing and adding and growing year after year.
Bangalore has also capitalized on its intellectual manpower base in other ways. It is fast emerging as a global research and development hub for the world's biggest manufacturing companies. The John Welch Technology Center, set up by GE Worldwide in 2000, is a prime example.
The John F. Welch Technology Center here in Bangalore has more than 2,500 scientists working at technologies for the General Electric company. 60% of our employees have advanced degrees. Here we work at biotechnology, we work at materials development, we work at biosciences, at molecular modeling, just to name a few of those. Bangalore is clearly a preferred situation for our employees. It is a cosmopolitan city, it offers lots of amenities, and it offers a standard of living that is quite reasonable.
Considered a bastion of traditional Indian culture and work ethic, Chennai, the capital city of the state of Tamil Nadu, has embraced the best that the world has to offer in a uniquely Indian way. From homegrown coffee chains to its larger-than-life films exported across the globe, Chennai has turned its obsession with quality, discipline, and cost-effectiveness into a fine art. The automobile industry is a case in point. International majors like Hyundai and Ford have chosen to invest over $1 billion in their operations here.
Ford puts a lot of weight on its people, and we've been very, very happy with the kind of people that we've got. We're at 1,800 people today, working 2 shifts, both hourly and salaried. The second reason is the state has been very supportive of business, committed to us that we would have electricity, water, and other infrastructure benefits, And in the time we've been here, we've had no interruptions whatsoever in all those facilities. Looking to the future, Asia is clearly the growth engine for the world, and India is a key player in that growth. The largest growth in one of the largest growth markets for automotives, and the segments that we play in India is probably growing 20% or better. So we're very, very happy here in India, and we're here to stay.
A world-class auto component industry led by the local billion-dollar-plus TVS Group supplies parts to auto companies both here and in the rest of the world. International recognition for the TVS Group's highest quality standards has come in the form of Deming and the Six Sigma Awards.
If you take General Motors, where we have been supplying radiator caps, we have been now doing it for over 10 years now, and we haven't had a single rejection, and our price is globally competitive. And we supply from a warehouse in Detroit to every plant in General Motors, and we haven't missed a single delivery in the last 10 years. And we also improved our design over a period of time. So quality delivery and price has to become the real driving force for any company.
Tamil Nadu has also managed to build an enviable textile industry on the strength of its disciplined labor base. Several global brands such as Walmart, Crate & Barrel and Pier 1 source their products from manufacturers here.
Most retailers in the West, including a Walmart or a Crate & Barrel, if they're looking into buying home textiles, would prefer to buy it from Karur. And the reason they would like to buy it from Karur is the fact that the quality is good, the minimums are low, and the designs are equally good. Karur has progressed from an industry producing only hand-woven fabric by the meter, selling to wholesalers, to an industry that's fully automated, selling machine-made products to retailers directly. Currently, Karur does about $300 million, and the industry is looking to increase that turnover to $1 billion over the next 10 years.
Deedi village in the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh. This is the soya bowl of India. Nearly 4 of the 5 million tons of soya produced in the country come from here. Of late, a new hero has entered India's hinterland, opening up a world of untapped opportunities. For 31,000 villages across 7 Indian states, this is the new face of Indian agriculture. A personal computer armed with a satellite connection to the internet. There are 5,200 such kiosks called e-chopals in India today, giving farmers all the information they need, from the latest crop prices to weather forecasts. It has led to more streamlined crop production, cut out middlemen in procurement, and is creating a new highway to where most of India lives.
Ultimately, we are saying that for the rural markets, we will be the Walmart of India. So we are really creating infrastructure that will facilitate flow of goods and services in and out of villages. We are looking at empowering the farmer through this digital infrastructure. In a sense, this infrastructure creates a virtual cooperative, and then he is in a position to buy smart. He'll buy better quality of seeds, inputs at the lowest of cost. At the same time, we are creating conditions whereby there would be enough competition on the buying side or on his selling side so that he gets a better realization of price.
Better crop prices for farmers are also a result of another activity yet to be fully exploited in India: food processing. Licensing has been abolished and 100% foreign equity participation allowed for almost all industries in this sector. Official estimates peg the business opportunity at nearly $70 billion. And international food giants like Nestle and Pepsi are already here and growing.
We started in late 80s, and to start with, the focus was on tomatoes and potatoes. Potatoes were for our chips usage, and tomatoes were for an export-oriented business. Today, we have moved into the most ambitious project of our stay here in India. In a partnership with the Punjab government, we are introducing citrus varieties, which will make, I think, exotic range of fruits available to the Indian consumers, and also make local availability of juice possible for our juice brand Tropicana.
Mumbai, the city of dreams. Home to Bollywood, the Hindi film industry that produced 180 features in 2005. That's roughly one new film every second day. A fraternity that now sees the world as its stage. Its larger-than-life heroes and beauty queens, the toast of audiences across cultures and continents. Mumbai is also India's financial capital, a city where several $100 billion change hands every day. Home to the country's main stock market, the Bombay Stock Exchange. The Sensex, the bellwether index of the Bombay Stock Exchange, has been breaching record heights in recent times. Since the opening up of the economy in the early 90s, foreign institutional investors have pumped in a whopping $30 billion plus into the Indian bourses.
See, foreign investors will come into a country because they believe in the economy of the country, they believe in the companies in which they're investing, and in the regulatory framework. And I think India is offering them all three right now. The financial markets are essentially gaining from a vibrant economy, strong corporate performance, and global liquidity, which is looking for high growth companies and high growth countries and destinations like India. So India benefits from that global trend, but India is able to absorb it because its constituents, companies, are in fact performing at a very high level.
Opening our doors to the world has also meant money moving the other way. Big Indian corporates have used their newfound freedom to expand their operations overseas, often through acquisitions. 38 companies were acquired across the world in 2004, and the count is going up every year.
Increasingly, you will see companies, listed Indian companies, who have balance sheet strength, going abroad in order to increase their global base. And you're going to see deal sizes from about 150 million US dollars to something like 550 million US dollars. And you would see, I'd be surprised if you don't get more than at least a dozen deals every year coming up.
Gurgaon, the fastest growing suburb on the Delhi-Haryana border. The multi-storied malls here are among the many that have sprung up across Indian cities in answer to the rising aspirations of the country's 250 million strong urban middle class. The world's best known brands are all here to cash in on this rising affluence.
Basically, the Indian middle class today is about 250 million, expected to grow, given that we are growing fast, to about 500 million in another 10 years. The aspirations, this middle class has been constructed according to who's middle class in the West. So this middle class is exactly the same no matter where you are. That means no matter where you are in the world. That means the aspirations, the demand, the consumption of this middle class is exactly the same the world over. That is why I think foreign investors are increasingly becoming interested in India and will continue to exponentially become interested in India, because now whether you're selling to an American or selling to an Indian middle class, you're selling to the same individual. And therefore, profits are to be made here, profits are to be made there.
Kolkata, capital of the eastern state of West Bengal. It's a curious combination of peaceful old buildings and utterly chaotic commerce. It's also a city stretching its limits today. Across India, the story is similar. People need more homes and offices, and the real estate industry is in a race to catch up.
There are a combination of factors that are responsible for the current real estate boom. For example, the IT and ITS industry alone required something like 25 million square feet of commercial graded space last year, and we believe in the next few years they will need something like 100 million more square feet of commercial space. The spillover demand of this is the fact that more and more people are working with them and they require housing. We are currently facing a shortfall of something like 10 million houses in the urban environments in the country. Now this combined with the second factor, which is affordability, is also fueling the boom. The third factor that's fueling the boom is the fact that there are much better incentives from the government, whether it is the tax incentive for buying a house or whether it's the relaxation of the FDI norms, where a foreign company can, for as little as 500,000 square feet or 25 acres, can actually own a project and develop real estate in the country.
The advertising brochures call it God's own country. Visitors to Kerala often agree. Tourism accounts for revenues in excess of $200 million each year. Kerala is also home of Ayurveda, a 3,000-year-old science of medicine that the world has discovered anew in the last decade.
For me as a Westerner, this place is totally unique because it's a unity of medicine and there's a whole culture behind it. You know, there's a whole science and culture of natural healing behind it that is absolutely unique, I think, to Ayurveda, and there's not a lot of things like it in the West.
The desert state of Rajasthan. A feast of uniquely Indian sights and sounds. Ancient forts and palaces majestically watch over colorful, bustling cities. A must-see on every tourist itinerary. The new comprehensive tourism policy of the Government of India is aimed at showcasing India's diversity in all its colors.
Well, the tourism department has really taken this whole issue of promoting India quite seriously. They launched a public-private partnership which was in the form of this new campaign called Incredible India. And Incredible India has certainly raised the profile of India as a destination all around the world. So much so that today, whether it's Condé Nast or Lonely Planet or National Geographic, they're all rating India amongst the top 5 destinations in the whole world.
nation's capital, New Delhi, the Government of India is working in tandem with industry to hasten the country's progress in the new millennium. The world's largest free market democracy is well into its second decade of continuing economic liberalization. The results are visible everywhere. Mobile phone penetration is at 57 million connections, growing at 50% per annum. India boasts of the world's largest road network, which is being extended and modernized at a rapid pace. The nation's intellectual potential is being tapped to its fullest, with the service sector now contributing more than half of India's gross domestic product. The world has taken note. We welcome you. Come and see for yourself. This is the new India. India Unlimited.